Greetings, this is Vlodril and welcome back to Let's Play Contradiction, where we should be really close to
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
the end of the game. Alrighty. Now, where was, yes, this one.
Aha. You say you don't endorse threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
Well, if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand.
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics, push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest, that's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
You're gonna have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
I'll see myself out. Lovely man, your father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
Rig.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him.
He's a policeman. We can't just...
You saw this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
That's a bit extreme.
That doesn't sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. And what's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
First, what kind of policeman doesn't even have a mobile phone or a radio? Or, you know, call for backup at least. There's a phone right, well, to the next screen. Like here. And that's really weird. And also, does he mean he will call Kyle to help him with our disappearance or something? Or that Kyle was responsible for their mess that they are in right now? Guess we'll see. Then backup. Send all the backup. Of course he Of course, he's not gonna pick up now. We don't have any way to contact the police station. What the fuck? Is that the call center? Alright, I guess he said I should go to Atlas. So, to Atlas we go. Keep forgetting to use the goddamn thingy. Atlas is locked.
I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
He also doesn't have a gun. Which is weird for a policeman, but I'm not sure how things work in Britain. Alright, let's check things out.
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard, not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here?
Inspecting? So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Knife.
What?
That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
This is all part of the Atlas course. It's a physical endurance exercise.
Drop the knife. The knife, Kyle!
Kyle.
Drop it!
Drop it.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's
That's a
affairs
really
enough
small
times
knife.
to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success. Our lessons are reinforced by a unique emotional experience.
Terror?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that...
Simon killed her? Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
Any more likely than you, Ryan?
The fuck?
Pig!
Wow.
I know. Police brutality.
Really, you couldn't even punch him. You slapped him. What the hell? This is getting a bit...
You okay?
Why didn't you remove her mask? You fucking idiot. Also, this is getting a bit Spanish telenovela kind of acting. Because, alright. How the hell did you not pull the mask from the girl to see who it was? What is wrong with you?
Ask about a few more things, please.
How guilty are you? So guilty.
What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you
Probably
were
not.
seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving license, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving license, please.
Yeah,
See
no
that
shit.
pattern on the tape there? Let me show you something.
Do it the first fucking time.
See this pattern? Now look at that. It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
So?
So there's only one person that's taped like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
It's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you, all right? Kate gives her driving license to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
Doubtful.
I'm afraid I find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas
But
works.
Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
But I didn't kill her! Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her. I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
Really? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Where did he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
Rip. Going to Atlas. Nope, it's closed. So he's not going to Atlas. And of course I did the wrong thing there. Maybe he's going to the village hall. Why did he... Why did it put me there then? That's weird. Nope. Did I miss him? What the Thought maybe he was coming for the tape, but I don't see anything. It just disappear. Alright, maybe we can speak to Rebecca about
Couple
that.
more questions, if that's okay?
Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
Maybe... No.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I'm going to check the back room first, again. Now that I know about the tapes and that she borrowed it. Although, I think I should be looking for Simon that suddenly disappeared. Really? Nothing? Get nothing about the broken window? Apparently not. So weird. Alright. What happened? That was weird. Go to James? Where the fuck did you go? Was the bike there? I didn't notice. I should have gone back at the house. There's something about the tape that was used, but I don't know what. I don't think he will be hiding here. But I will
Do you
try
want
anyway.
questions, please?
Yeah, nothing. Okay.
Ever seen tape like this anywhere before?
No.
Dude, you didn't even look at that.
Do you know how well Simon knew Kate?
Not really?
Did you ever see them together?
So why? Do you think he killed her?
I've no idea. Do you think he'd be capable of that?
Do you think we're all capable of it?
No, I don't.
Sure. So you'd never been in your police car responding to an incident, driven past a school at high speed?
Dunno. Maybe.
Well, you've answered your own question then. When you've got a need and things get in your way, it's human nature to either ignore them or get rid of them. Any way you can. That's all murder is, isn't it?
Maybe you're right.
But not really useful.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Something about the tape, I'm pretty sure. Of course that may be, you know, just a game. I wonder if I can actually call the chief now. Let's try. If not, I will go back and speak to Emma, see if the bike is there, and then we'll see. There we go.
Just as it gets to the good bit, great. Go on, Jenks.
So, where to start? Paul admitted that they do use threshold testing. Apparently they get a wedge of cash from various companies in exchange for each prime candidate they produce.
Interesting.
Also, I met Ryan and some of his friends in the woods in the middle of some sort of occult ceremony. I have no idea what they were doing, but it did not look good. But Ryan insisted that Simon walked Kate home after the meeting last Friday. He's claiming Simon killed her.
And what does Simon say?
He doesn't agree, not surprisingly. He says it was Ryan, because of something to do with a piece of tape stuck to Kate's driving licence, which Simon claims belonged to Ryan. Claims it was Ryan who was testing Kate by sticking the driving licence to a tree in the woods in the dark and telling Kate to get it, knowing she'd fall in. And no, before you ask, it doesn't make any sense to me either.
Right, so basically Simon says Ryan was testing her and Ryan says Simon was testing her. Well, either one of them is lying or neither of them are. And nobody was testing anybody.
I suppose that's always a possibility.
Wouldn't surprise me, Jenks. Well, I don't know. I can't help you. But you're as close as you're going to get. Just check everything that everyone's said, go through everyone's statements. The answer's in there somewhere. Call me back when there's some good news, eh? Preferably a confession.
Well, if I can get one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chief.
Good night.
So it's basically find the contradiction. That's his. Then last saw the tape approximately 2 months ago, and I put that with the. There. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, let's go back there. Will that beat?
Ask you a couple more things, please.
And what if you didn't actually notice it when it was shown? It wasn't shown for a long time, I think. That's it. Alright.
You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago, is that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside? That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What'll come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca! Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Wrong leggy bits too.
Okay. You want to know what I know? Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him.
Yeah.
Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money. Our money.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving license thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, that someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to the lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything, she just fell in.
But you let her drown.
Anticlimactic.
It was dark, I couldn't see anything, I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic, she was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped.
Oh, yes, let's confess to everything.
Well, she was dead anyway, what did it matter?
You killed her, Rebecca.
But she slept with my husband!
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Who? Emma. It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, it appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity. But there are some loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, what is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places, politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all. I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're going to have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
Alright then. That was interesting. They wrapped it up way too abruptly and quickly. It had nothing to do with anything that had happened before. You knew about the tape since the, I don't know, first hour or something. And all the other parts basically amounted to nothing. Simon's role, everything that went on to Atlas, Kyle, whatever, the mugging, everything was just disregarded. And I think they did that to set up a sequel. That's a weird way to set up a sequel. Basically, whatever happened to the whole game is meaningless. Maybe not meaningless, but the base story was he had an affair, she was pissed, she killed the girl. Nothing about the devil worship or the hypnosis or the various crimes that were going on in Atlas. So that was very weird. I liked the game in general, I liked the acting even though it was quite bad at times. I have a high tolerance for cheese, so it doesn't bother me that much. Alright. And I don't know, it was an enjoyable adventure. Probably more enjoyable than yes, okay. Plenty of adventures I have played, so it's a good game to play, it's very cheap. I definitely recommend it. I would have preferred to be able to contradict people, A, with other people's answers, and B, with some of the contradictions they already had in their statements didn't actually matter, which annoyed me a lot. Also, it didn't make much sense. Story-wise, I would prefer a tighter script. At least there was huge plot holes, not only the story, but on how Jenks was behaving as a policeman. It was really weird. Sorry, how is that not 100%? Then? Yes, so... Alright, so this was Contradiction. Again, not a bad game. I would definitely buy a sequel. I'm not sure how good it did and if it good enough for a sequel. I hope so. I hope we see more FMV games too, like another Tex Murphy. Perhaps I loved this effect. Also have maybe I will in a month or so. When is the next Steam sale? Get here. I want to try that one too. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, leave a comment if you want to, and I will see you in the next series.